Welcome to Red Dead 2, and thanks for joining us. Today we are going to learn how to craft a Gila Monster Gambler's Hat. Now you're going to need three things for this. You're going to need $16, of course, and you're going to need a few pelts. The first pelt that you're going to need is, of course, the perfect Elk Pelt. And you can find these in the Grizzlies East, Big Valley, and Tall Trees. We will be taking a look at an example from Big Valley location. And you're also going to need the second item, which is referred to as a perfect Gila Monster skin. Those can be found in the desert south of Armadillo, along the river. If you go, I would say it's between Armadillo and Fort Mercer, but due south along the river, and we'll take a look at that as well. All right, first things first, we are off to Big Valley in search of that perfect elk pelt, and for that, we are going to use the Springfield rifle as our weapon of choice to get the job done here. Now we're going to have to activate Deadeye by pushing in the R3 button in just a minute here. And once we get close to this thing, we'll activate Deadeye. And then, of course, we are going to tag it by pushing R1 and shoot with R2. And, of course, on the left side of the screen, we have a slow motion instant replay showing you what type of shot you need to get off here to get that perfect pelt. As you can see, we got the thing moving from side to side. That's the most ideal situation for shooting at one of these things. On the right side, of course, we are skinning this thing, and there is going to be a giant big perfect pelt coming up. And this is a big one, so you're going to want to have a horse to carry this thing. Not that you can't carry pelts another way, it's just going to take up a lot of space to put on the horse. So there we got that pelt wrapped up there. Now all we need to do is whistle for our horse, and we can go for a little ride and get this pelt moved to the nearest trapper, which brings us to the next point. You may want to consider saving your game just in case something weird happens, so you can always reload the game. Now it's time to get that perfect Gila Monster skin, and for that we are going to head south of Armadillo along the river in this little corridor here and try to hunt down one of these things. Now, of course, you have to have the right weapon to preserve the 3-star perfect pelt. And this time, we are going to be using the varmint rifle, which is the right weapon to use in this spot. One of the things you will notice, if you haven't noticed already, is that it's kind of hard to spot these little things inside the brush, as it's very good to hide, and they're camouflaged. One of the ways I'd like to get around that problem is by using tracking, which will show different lines and stuff and tell which one is which, and if it's 3 stars or 2 stars. You know, if it's not 3 stars, it's not worth going after. So we do that by pushing in the L3 and R3 buttons at the same time to activate that. Here we are tracking an unknown animal, which is actually the 3-star Gila Monster. And we're following, okay? And we get really lucky. We get this thing on the side, and we get a nice clear shot right there, preserving the 3-star pelt. And, of course, as you can see on the left, the slow motion instant replay. If you can get this thing turned to the side, you're going to have a much better chance of getting a good, clean shot in, and of course getting that perfect pelt, which we are skinning on the right side, right there. Now that we have this complete, all we need to do is head to one of the 5 trapper locations and go ahead and sell our wares or our pelts to the trapper. Now I assume that you already know how to sell the pelts to the trapper. So what we are going to do here is we are going to buy from the trapper, and we're going to do that by holding down L2, the shopkeeper feature, and then of course holding down the triangle button to select buy. Next off, we're going to want to go down to where it says clothing. It's the second item right below garment sets. And we'll hit X to select. And we're looking at hats. We are going to scroll down until we find this Gila Monster Gambler's hat right there. It's priced at 16 bucks. And of course, once you have that in place, all that you need to do is craft it. And in order to craft it, all you need to do is push the X button. It's on the bottom right, the options right there. You're going to hit the X button, craft, and it will go ahead and craft the hat for you. And now you have the hat. That is, of course, provided you save the game just in case something happens. And that is going to wrap this up. I am signing out. Thank you for watching, and good luck.